Hello and welcome to my whip parade. Finally, I found the time to film. It's already January, where are we? 10th? I was planning to film this at the end of December, but life is life and I found the time now. So I have half of my whips here and I will show you those whips. I have no idea if I can remember the designer or whatever. So everything will be in screen. So I will list the name of the project, the designer, the seller is, if that's a different one. Yeah, if you have any questions about my whips, you can leave them in the comment section and I will try and answer your questions. But for now, I will just start with the first one. I have my notes over here, so if you see me looking that way, that's why. I have a board if I need it for a project. The first one. This is my last project of 2018. That's the year I started stitching. And it's in a project bag by Diane. I love her sturdy project bags for my big projects. And in here is King Coda Storyteller. I know it's by Amy Stewart and charted by Hate, Heaven and Earth Designs. And it's a really big one. I did iron all my projects because some of them were still in hoops after way too long. So I did take a picture of the larger projects, and this is King Coda. It's too big to fit in screen. And this project has been, it's a big one. I will put in a picture of the full project and I will hold it up like this. I did work on this year, but it's been a little bit of a struggle. And I've been working on this section. Just a couple thousand stitches, which isn't a lot on this one. So yeah, it will be a project for a long time. Oh, and I worked on the bottom section this year. I needed some easy stitching, so I worked over here. I think I did that much to get used to 18 count again. This is one of my last projects that's on 18 count. And I do love it still, but I just really like stitching on 20 count with one strand. So yeah. Then I have one project left of 2019. It's in a project bag I made myself. And this is my oldest non-full coverage. It is, I will put in a picture because this one isn't that nice anymore. It's a stitching in quilt by Core e Batikor, and I'm stitching this, I believe, on 25 count even weave. I dyed myself, and I will try and put up pictures of my before, and this is how it's looking now. Not a big change. Fabric is a little bit darker than you can see on screen, but I worked over here in this planter, and it will be the same as that one, and then there will be a border. So I want to see if I can do a lot more on this one this year. Probably won't be a finish, but who knows. I made kind of a whip go board with my older projects, and I will focus on 2 of them every month. So the focus can be just 100 stitches or 1,000 or a finish. We will see. Then 2020. I have 4 projects left of 2020. And again, a project bag I made myself. And in here is Chickadees in Spring by Dimensions. The fabric was too small to fit in my frame at the time, so I sewed on some extra fabric. So this fabric creases so quickly, it's terrible. All of the background you see was done last year, and this year I worked on this bird. Again, not a lot of progress, but there was only one project I didn't work on this year. So everyone got a little bit of attention. So in this So Much to Love bag is a big one. Of course, 2020 was a special year in many ways. For me, also in a good way, because it's the year I got married. And I'm using Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers as a wedding sampler. And I did the entire border. So, is it going to fit? Ooh, it is. I'm over 50%. I will show it up a little bit closer. So I worked on the corner with the year 2020. I love the colors. I did have an accident with tea a couple of years ago, and the stain was gone, but it's coming back. But it's not where my stitching is, it's just against it. So I will see if I can frame it with a mat so you don't see the stain. We will see. But I love the colors. And this is the part I worked on this year. Yeah. Really love it. Then, the last one for 2020. I'm missing one. I will show that in my next one. We have a pen here. I have a pencil. I'm missing one. I'm missing Princess Asleep. I will maybe make a clip and put it in here. And otherwise, I will show it after. But the next one is by Lady Stitch. And it's Princess Asleep. Cover is really shiny. I did work on this in December, and I changed the fabric from the kit to 20 count Ada. And this is how far I am for now. A lot of background and the start of her dress. I want to check something with the ring light. Let's see. I don't know which one is better. Maybe this one. It's bright. So start of the wing. And this year I just did a little bit of background over here I didn't do much. So I have a really big cleanup pile after filming this. Then we're going to 2021. I have 9 projects left of that year. And the first one is in one of my pink bags. I used to have a lot of them. In here is Daydreaming. It's a kit by Mereska. And I started this with Jemima. Jemima the rocking stitcher. She's also my sister-in-law. And yeah, this is how far I am for now. I only had the background stitched, and this year I worked on the face of the fox, and it's so pretty. So the next time I will work on the fox again. Yeah. It's so pretty. Let's see. Another fox, of course. It's in a project bag I made myself. I still love this fabric. In here is this one. Over there. Sunlit Fox by Dimensions. And I really don't have a lot done on this one. The black fabric, it's killing me. Let me put the card behind it. I know it's this way. I think it's this way. I just did a little bit this year. I don't even know where, but I know I worked on this. But the fabric, it's really stiff and it's scratchy. I don't like it. My neighbors are making a lot of noise outside. So I will put that back in. And then we have another kit by Dimensions. One of my favorite project bags. I don't think it's showing up. It's purple. It's showing up really blue. But I used the same fabric to make my daughter things for her doll bed. It's cute. So in here is another kit by Dimensions, a small one. It's Cozy Cub. And there was a mistake in this one. I figured it out. I didn't know if I had to start over or whatever. But there is a mistake in this part. But frogging it out with the kit, you don't know if you have enough left to finish it. So I counted over this way and this last year. So now I worked on the ear. So I know it's okay now. I can work on it. And we will see when it will finally be done. Ooh, the next one. I really love the next one. Oh, my projects are falling over. An older project bag I made myself. And let's see. In here is Squirrel and Bee. And it's by Julia Zolotova. And I bought it on a website I don't remember. There was a problem with this one, and I will tell you later, but I'm so glad the mistake or problem is fixed, because look at this. There will be backstitch one day, but the colors are so pretty. I really love this one. And it will be bigger. I believe this is the top. I don't know if there will be something in between here, but it will come down to here. And there was a really tiny hole in my fabric. It affected like 8 stitches, which doesn't sound like much, but it is. So I put in some iron-on interface on the back, and I just stabbed it to get to the holes, and I can't even see where it was. It was somewhere around the ears, but all the stitches they look nice. I don't see an issue, so I'm so glad that's fixed. And there will be a bee over here, and it will be so cute. Yeah, I want to work more on this one next year. Let's see. Ooh, another pretty one. Also in a project bag I made myself. It's really fall themed because in here is Foxy Fall, and it's by Far Away Design. It was a gift, really sweet gift from a friend. And this is what it will look like. And what I have done so far, because it's hard to see on fabric, well, not really, but I worked up till this point. So I have the legs and the head to finish, and this one, but it's so pretty. Let me grab it. It's on this really pretty fabric, even weave, and this is how far I am at the moment. In real life, the white is showing up better, like more better, because the fabric is a really tiny bit darker, but it will be a finish this year. I really hope it will be a finish this year, and I can frame it and display it in my house for fall, or maybe the entire year. I really love this one. Let's see the white. Yeah, it's not really showing up on film. It will be so pretty. The next one, let me shift my projects. The next one is a really big one. And this is a special project. I started this in 2021 with a group of Stitchy friends, with Jemima, Debbie, Lidia and Alice. And I believe only Jemima did the big version, and the rest of us did the mini. And last year I reached 70%, and I realized I made a mistake. And it really bummed me out, because I didn't know if I had to take out hundreds of stitches or if I'm going to leave it like this, and I decided to leave it like this. Maybe. So let me show you, because it's beautiful. This is Mini Deer Creek by Donna Gelsinger, charted by Hade. And it's a mini, but it's so beautiful, and there's so much detail. Yeah. It's at 70%, over 70% now. So I will try and finish this year, because I have another focus project for now. And when that one is done, I might switch over to this one, just because. So. Then I have two projects that kind of belong together. I saw this one day, and I loved it. And I was looking online and I couldn't find the pattern anywhere, only at this Chinese website with the kids. And yeah, I decided to buy it, and afterwards I know some other people did find the real one, but yeah, I have the weird kit. It's on really shiny paper in a shiny project bag, but this is the boy version, and I also have the girl version. And because I also have a boy and a girl, I wanted to stitch both. So first, the boy one. Let's see. It's not on the kit fabric because it was like 14 count. This is 20 count. This is the, I think, the edge. And there are a lot of stars. Most of them are filled in. And I love the purples and blues. But there's still a lot done to be done to finish it. And the other one is the girl version in a beautiful purple and gold project bag. The girl one, it's mirrored, so I worked on the same quadrant of the pattern, but this one has a tree. And there are some parked threads over there. And this one will go much further. So it's higher, the stitch part, but not as wide as the one with the boy. But the amount of stitches are about the same. So also for this one, a lot of stitching left. What do we have here? Ooh, a special one. Also in a project bag, velvety fabric I made myself. And in here is Tender Spring. And I worked on this last month, I believe. I showed it in my last video, and it's Tender Spring. I don't know who it's by from the top of my head. It's a paper pattern. It's Natalia Oreova. So also, I believe, a Russian designer. And this project has so much backstitch, but it will be so pretty when it's done. So let me show you. I'm this far for now. And if I get closer, you can see the backstitch in the flowers and in the hair. And there's so much detail in only, ooh, I'm sorry, I bumped the chair you're standing on. And I want to try and work in her face this year, so we can get a little bit more to look at. Or maybe more in the flowers, and there will be a bird's nest, and yeah, I love it. That was the last one for 2021. And for 2022, I only have 2 whips. So that's not too bad. In a project bag I made myself is Sleep Time Quick Stitch. And I'm stitching this one with, again, Jemima, the rocking stitcher, but also with Elisa, crafting in Colorado. And she did so much more on this corner already. She showed in her Flosstube. So this is how far I am. It's a really long pattern, and it's not that high. I don't need all the fabric. I believe this is kind of halfway, so it will be until here. It's slow going because it's a color expansion, but it will be so pretty. yeah, I want to focus more on this one too. And another one for 2022 is a mini by Hate. It's Mini Tea and Books, and it's in a floppy project bag by Diane. And I'm struggling with this one. With the background, it's this one, Tea and Books, and the entire background is brown and brown and brown and beige and cream. So this is how far I am for now. And what I did this year is just one row of 10 stitches high, one page row down, and a little bit over here. There are some ends and hanging threads, but yeah. And the first exciting piece will be over here. So I'm not there yet. And it will be part of the butterfly. And I think when I reach that, I will stitch more on the main piece with the books and the teacup and the butterflies and switch between background and the picture. But yeah, I'm not tired of it yet. So yeah. Then I have 11 projects for 2023, but I only have a couple of them here. The rest is still upstairs. So let's see. The first one, I didn't iron this one because this is the only one I didn't stitch on last year. It's a kit by RTO. It's Red Mermaid. So pretty. In a really cute project bag. And it's on black fabric, so you know the struggle. And like I said, I didn't stitch on it this year, and last year I also didn't do much. My fabric is folded, and yeah, I don't really have much to show you or say about this one. I know she will be really pretty when she's done one day. Yeah. Then I have here a piece I call In Wonderland. And it's, of course, in an Alice in Wonderland project bag. I really, really love this fabric. And I wish I had more of it because it's so fun. And I managed to get the teacups above the zipper. In here is a project a friend made for me. She charted it. And I started it first on a black fabric because it has a lot of black. And by stitching it on black, it was like 70% done already before even starting it. But black fabric and me were not friends. No. So I started over, I believe last year or maybe the year before, on a purpley gray 20 count Ada 1/1. It's a really, really big piece. And this is how far I am for now. Not much to see, but yeah, it's okay. I don't remember working on this, but yeah, there will be a lot of beautiful colors, bright purples and pinks, and yeah. I folded it too big, so it's in. Only a few left. What do we have here? Ooh, a fun one. And a really fun project bag. I saw this fabric and I had just enough to make a project bag. And it's just silly, but I really like it. And in here is mini full moon, and I believe Debbie is stitching this one as well. Maybe a couple of other ones, but I'm really bad at remembering anything. So yeah, but I think I started this with Debbie. Debbie, maybe. Full moon, and I really like this one. And because the artwork has like the thick brushstroke colors, it's kind of blocky, but I really like it. And the bird will start over here, I believe. So it's really bright and colorful, and yeah, I really like it. In a cute fox bag is, of course, a fox project. In here is Forest Princess, and I believe I started it with Lydia, or maybe we didn't start it together, but I know Lydia is stitching it, and maybe Jemima as well, or Debbie. I don't know. Lydia finished her project, and I didn't. This is how far I am. I dyed the fabric myself, and it's 14 count because there are blends, and I know I worked in her face this year. She has a cute face. I'm a bit shaky, I'm sorry. And it will need a lot of attention next year, but I'm not making plans. Then I have one left for now. One of my favorite one of my favorite fabrics, and of course there's a fox because it's a fox pattern. It's Fox View by Plum Street Samplers, and I stitched the slots before, and when I was done with that one, I sent it to Lydia and she sent this one to me. I will be changing the blue flowers to purple and pink. I grabbed just a bunch of my specialty threads, and let me pick the colors I will be using for the flowers. They won't be blue, they will be pink and purple, and they are variegated. This one is a purple with pink, pink with lilac, and a rosy pink. And I think that will be really cute, but I barely made a start. Oh, I did a little bit of the pink flower in the corner. The first fox is done. Yeah. It won't be a big project at all. I think I will use half of the fabric, but yeah. I did stitch on it this year, so there are a lot of random colors and threads, and now I finalized the colors. I know it will be quick to stitch on, so yeah, I have a big mess to clean up. I will be back to film the other half of my projects. I think this was about half, maybe. Yeah, you will see me in the next clip. Bye. So I'm back for part 2 of my whip parade. I'm again filming at night, in the evening. It's a couple of days later. I hope the lighting is okay. It looks a little bit weird for me now, but we will see. So in my last clip there was one whip that was missing, and I'm going to start with that one now. Again, beautiful project bag with beautiful fob I got from Debbie, and in here is Princess Asleep. It's a real big project, or not one of my biggest, but it's not small either. It has a lot of hanging threads, but I really love this one. And it's Princess Asleep by Yvonne Gilbert, and this is what it looks like. Am I holding it the right way? My screen is mirrored, so that's why it's looking weird for me, and I hope it's not showing, it's showing up for you, or I can get it out with editing. But yeah, I folded it over. This is the right way. This is what Princess Asleep is looking like at the moment. And there's so much detail. I didn't do a lot. I'm using a diagonal method for this one. I pick 3 blocks and I go down in a diagonal. And I started at the top this year, and I did until here. So still, it's quite some stitches added, but yeah, she will be bigger. Yeah, I really like this one, and I hope to stitch more on her this year. Then my focus piece for this year, it's again in a bag by Diane, and in here is Wise Owl by Stitches So Beautiful, and the artwork is by Dutch Lady Mystic Art. And in my last Wipparade I only had the top row done, and now I'm not almost done, but I'm almost done. So last year I had about this much done, sort of. You will have seen a picture, and this is how he is looking at the moment. He's amazing. Yeah, I really like him. That's the bottom you can see over there. So yeah, this is the entire piece. It looks so good. I love the bright colors on the side with the pinks. It's almost like it's glowing. Yeah. And I will put in screen how many stitches I did this year, but it's a lot, and I hope to finish it soonish, but definitely this year. Then the next one, I have to check my notes, sorry. In a beautiful owl bag I made myself. In here is Fox in Fall. It was from a magazine, and there are some mistakes in here which I don't like. Let me show you. This is how far I am for now, and there were mistakes over here in the leaves, and there is something weird going on over here and over here. So yeah, I do really like it. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the pattern I'm stitching off, because it's just on my phone and I didn't have a printer until recently. So I have to print out the pattern and literally mark off my stitches. So yeah, and of course I have Flosstube itchy nose. Then in a really special bag made by my friend Joanita and a fob by Lidia, here is a book, a Stitchy book, Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Comden, and I did a project from here last year, and now I'm working on this one. They don't have names. I call it Little Things. And I'm stitching this on a hand-dyed by me 20 count Ada. And this is how it looks at the moment. My English is, it's hard, it's terrible at the moment. I did a robin with the worm, the butterfly and the mouse. Not a lot, but it will get there. It's cute. Yeah. And after this, I may do another one out of this book or cross stitch for the heart, which I got as a present this year. So we will see. Again, beautiful bag. And in here is a really big project with not a lot of stitching done. So in here is Evening Serenity, and it will be beautiful with a big fox, and yeah. But because I focused on Wise Owl, all my other projects got a little less attention. So here it is at the moment. And I believe this is all I got done last year, so this is new for now. And because I have my ring light on, the black, you can see the fabric through, but in person it's better. It's more like, well, I don't know. You don't see as much white. It will be huge. This was fabric I used for another whip, and I think they are about the same size. I don't know if I have to frog that part over there or not. We will see when we'll get there in 50 years. Then a small one. It's in this ABC bag by Diane, and I call it Bird and Berries. I don't really know the real name, but maybe I can find it and put it in screen. It was from a magazine, and I found the perfect finishing fabric one day, so I keep it with my whip. And in my last Wipparade, I didn't even know what was up or down or left or right, because there were just 20 stitches. I did a little bit more. This is how it's looking now, and I really like the blue and red together. It looks really nice. So I want to try and finish this year. It's not a big one. It will be a focus for a month, because I have a whip go board with all my older whips, so I can focus on them and maybe finish them. Just a simple bag. In here is another piece from a magazine. This was I believe the 2024 stitch along from one of the Stitchy magazines. There are some hanging threads. I really like this one. It's called Stitcher's Paradise. And it's so nice. I'm stitching this on 20 count Aida with all the called for colors. Except for the back stitch, I'm doing with sewing thread because it's just a little bit tinier. Yeah. I worked on the middle part this year. I didn't do a lot, but I really want to finish this one because I want it in my stitchy room. It's so nice. Then in a floppy bag in here is, let's see, oh, this is 2024 we're getting into now. It's a hate. And of course in this bag I put a project that's called Blossom. Not a lot to see. A lot of my newer projects have less progress. You will have seen a picture what it looked like before, and this is how I can't even see through it. How it is now. It's just a couple of 100 stitches added. Yeah, not a lot to show you, but it will be pretty when there's more to see. Then a really fun one. Let's see if I can get it without a glare. I don't know, maybe. I will take it out. This is a project I'm doing for my son. And I will show you the designer as well. And this is, I don't know what this is. He likes dragons and axolotls, and this is a mix of both. So, yeah. Let me put it back in. I'm stitching this on a 20 count Aida. I dyed myself. And last year I only did the lower jaw. There wasn't much to see. And last month I added an eye. And it's so cute. I really like it. And it's a fun fabric as well. So I want to try and finish the head or the top part or whatever. The things I say I want to do and finish, they're all lies. Because I want to finish everything, but I can't. So there are hopes and dreams and what ifs. So yeah. Another beautiful bag. In here is, I'm missing one. They are falling over. We're coming back to this later. Let's stay in order. Cute bag with animals. In here is a project I'm stitching for my daughter. I promised her a bookmark a long time ago. And I had some issues with myself about this project. It will just say her name, but it's this wonderful, sparkly, bright fabric. And I'm using a pattern, I believe it's called Rainbow Alphabet or something like that. And I'm stitching her name. I'm somewhat halfway. She has 6 letters. And these parts will be filled in with white and sparkle. I already did that over here, but it's not really visible. And what held me back on this project is I wanted the diagonal stripes of color to be the rainbow, but that's not how this pattern works, and I'm stitching it from the pattern as is, and it's looking really cute for now. And I showed my daughter this a few days ago. There's a needle in here. I even ironed it with a needle in it. Whoops. I showed this to my daughter and she was like, I like it better with the open parts instead of the white. And I was like, well, I'm not going to rip it out of here. So you get it, you get it the way you get it. So yeah, will be a finish soon. Watch out for the needle. So then another one in my Dutch Mania project bag with all the danglies that were given out. In here is Heart in the Garden, and I have some issues with this one as well. This was my previous start on also on a blue 20 count Ada. I couldn't figure out, there was a mistake, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So I switched my fabric to the other side and I start over. And the pattern has two colors. And I use a purple and a blue for the shadow, but I will take it out and only stitch the purple part because it's washing out the actual image. So when it comes up, I will only stitch it in purple. Now we're on to this one. This is a pink celestial butterfly. And you will have seen a picture what it looked like before. And this is Confetti Hell. It's not even fun anymore. So I did do quite a lot on this. And I do really like it. But this part, it was just 2 stitches of every color and one over here, one over there, or whatever. It was so much confetti. And from now on, it will be a bit better for this part. So next time I stitch on it, it will be easier. Yeah. I need to see more of this because this is, well, a year and a half and not a lot of stitching. But yeah, it will be beautiful one day. Then in this really fun quilted bag I made, it's so fun. I really like this weird color combination. In here is a Curious Child. And I think I did quite a lot on this one. Again, hanging threads. So this is what she looks like at the moment. I added quite a lot. I believe most of this is new, but you will have seen a picture. And she will be tiny. It's not a big piece, and the margins will be, well, more like this. I believe I'm almost at the end over here, so she's tiny and cute. So yeah, looking forward to working on her again. And then we have in this project bag a pattern from Etsy. I don't remember the designer, but it's Raton Leendo. But I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but it's reading mouse or rat. I don't know. This is how it's looking at the moment, and I believe I just did a row. There are some light colors over here, and I did a lot of the ear. So slow going. And I worked over here in the window pane. Also one I hope to work on more this year. So then I believe I need this one. Let me see. what's in here? It's a pink. I used to have a lot of these bags. In here, yes, is a kit by Lady Stitch. Let me take out the cover image. It's Summer Dreams by Lady Stitch. It's so cute. There was a teeny tiny start, and there's just a teeny tiny bit more. I switched to 20 count instead of the 16 count that was in the kit. I'm really shaky, I'm sorry. But I like it. Also one I want to finish soonish. Then I have a fun one. My projects are falling over. Let me, yeah, in a teeny tiny project bag. There is more than just my whip in here. Let me search for the cover picture. This is a kit with magnet insects. And last year I was working on the bee. It was the first one I worked on from this set. I had made butterflies before. I have them all here, the ones I finished. I finished this one as well, and for now I'm working on the dragonfly. So it's on plastic canvas. And the dragonfly is almost done. I only need some backstitch. Can you see it like this? There's a lot of half stitches in this one. Really cute. And then I only have the moth left. And this is my finish of the bee. And I put felt and a magnet on the back. It's all in the kit. So that's the bee. I also have the ladybug. And I have the butterflies from my previous kit. And a yellow one. And my favorite, it's blue and purple. And when the ladybug is done, I have the moth to do. And I have a new kit with birds. Also from the same designer. And I believe if you search for MP Studio or Studia with an A at the end, you will find the kit. So yeah, really fun to work on. Then I have, ooh, I like this one. Also in a bag made by me. And in here are some bobbins. I don't use bobbins. My kids do. In here is a really fun project. I believe it's called Home is Where the Fox Is. And I'm sorry. Oh. I will put up a picture and also where it was last year. My kids are, sometimes they are stitching, which I really, really love. And they do have trouble counting where to go. So when I saw this pattern, I thought, how fun would it be to use it as a coloring page for stitching? So I did all the outlining of this pattern, and I don't believe my son stitched on this, but my daughter started filling in. So this is how it's looking at the moment. She did a little bit of white in the fox, and of course she's a girl. She started with the hearts in red. So, yeah, it's so fun. I really like it. And it's just something to stitch together. And um, I used a brown of one of the bobbins. And halfway through, um, I didn't have enough. So I found, I believe, a perfect match in DMC and stitched the rest. So it's a really fun one. And my daughter is, every time she's working on this, she's only doing like 10 stitches. So it's fine. She asks my husband, "Are you going to stitch on it as well?" Are you? Well, so maybe he will do something on this as well. So it will be a family project next to me, my daughter, and my son. So, yeah, a fun one. Something between the zipper I have to fix. One last one for 2024. I really like this fabric. I still have more, so maybe I will make more bags out of this. This is Bedtime Story. I didn't do a lot, but I did work on it. Again, a lot of hanging threads. I'm stitching this one row at a time. And this is how far I am. I just finished the row I was working on. And these colors are so fun and bright, and yeah. I believe the entire row is done. I don't know, maybe there is a little bit over here I need to do, but yeah. A really fun one to work on. Then we go into 2025 and I have 10 projects left. 10 of this year. Yeah, it's still a lot. And also a couple of bigger ones. We will see when they will be finished. Another one of my pink bags, a smaller one. In here is a special project. Last year, I saw everyone doing the temperature stitching, and I really liked that concept. And I wanted to do something like that, but not, I don't care to look back on temperatures. I genuinely don't care. So I decided to stitch the books I read. And when it's done, I want to make a book sleeve out of this. So the first year, I only read about 4 books. My concentration has been bad at last year. And over the year, I started reading again. And last year, with physical books and audiobooks, I read 60 books. So I couldn't keep up stitching all my granny squares for every book I read in the colors of the cover of the books. I'm behind 30 books. So this is how it's looking at the moment, and it's so fun. And I do recognize some of the cover colors, and some of them I have no idea what book it's corresponding to. It's so fun. So I'm working on this one, and I have way more fabric to work on. When I ended 2025 with my books, I keep track of them, also what row I'm on, and I only have 1 book in the last row. So my first 5 books of this year will complete the row, and then my project will be done. But for now, I'm kind of halfway-ish. So there are 4 books, or maybe the top row for 2024, then the almost entire piece for 2025, and one day I will stitch 1 row for 2026. But it's so fun. Yeah. And it's also fun to look at the colors for to match the books. Now I'm working on this thing. It's Brightly Remarkable Creatures. It's mostly a blue and orange book. And I have some others already bundled to work on. And I have this really fun small baggie. And in here is a really big piece of leftover floss I use for smaller colors when I pick colors for my new books. So yeah, it's a fun project to work on, and it will be a book sleeve when it's done, so I can use my actual stitching. Then a big one. This was my New Year, New Start last year, other way around, in my most favorite bag ever. I love this fabric. And in here is Dear Alice. It's by Artsy. It's the large version, and it will be a really, really big Alice one day. I'm not even 1 page in at the moment. Yeah. It's the ear of the Cheshire Cat. So this is a really, really big piece of fabric. It's folded 4.5 times. This is half of it. It will be really long. So yeah. And I hope to do a lot more on this one this year. Let's see. Itchy nose. Ooh, a fun one. And in one of my new project bags I made this year. I really love them. It's this beautiful bird bag with glittery vinyl, silver, and in here is of course a bird pattern. I'm stitching this one with my friend Joanita, and we started this, well, we didn't start it together, we decided to start it when we saw each other last year, and it will be a chickadee, and it's looking like a colorful blob. It's really funky fabric. I dyed myself, and this is how far I am for now. And in her last video, Joanita said she thought I had done more. I don't know. I believe she has done more, but it will be really fun and pretty when it's done one day. But it's not too bad for the days I worked on it. So, in this project folder is, oh yeah, that one. It's a kit. I went to the craft fair last year and I bought this kit, Fox in a Bottle, and I'm using the kit fabric, kit everything. It's a really, really stiff fabric. I did iron it, but the hook mark didn't come out. So I hope it will when it's done and washed. And this is how far I am. As you can see, there's still a hoop mark. It's the scratchy Ada. There is some half stitching and part of his face. Maybe you can see it better this way. Yeah. So a really fun one. Then we have, also one of my new project bags. I really like this fabric designer. And this is also, you can see my stitching already. Glittery vinyl, but with gold. And in here is, I did write down Fox Couple, but I don't know the exact name. I only worked on it for 2 days maybe, and I only did black, and there aren't a lot of colors, so I'm afraid it will be really blocky. So I worked on the female face, the small fox. It does look nice. You can kind of see the shape. And is there also brown in here already? I believe so. Really, really dark brown. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it will look. On the picture on Etsy, it looked amazing, of course. I don't know yet. I'm not convinced yet. We will see. Then I have another one. This cool project bag. In here is Moonlit Mountain. And it's a really small one because I believe I already have like 5% done. And I only stitched this much. And the colors are so beautiful with the blues and purples. And I do have more fabric. I definitely don't need everything. Yeah. It will be really beautiful in just a smaller piece to work on. And then my last new project bag, also with the gold on the vinyl. And again, the same designer of the fabric. In here is a project for my son. A couple of years ago, I made a pattern for him by Randall Spangler. And I also started a big one. And I didn't like the full size. It was too much. So I told him when I stopped at one, well, one day I will start the mini and I will make that one for you. And he kept asking and asking. So I finally started Universe in a Jar. And this is how far I am for now. I love the colors of the bricks, start of the window. It won't be big, it will be this wide and square, kind of, I believe. So, yeah. Not much to see for now. Only a couple left. In here is a monochrome pattern. And it's, let me see, it's from a magazine. I printed it out. And it has a saying, few things warm the soul. And I have to see my other one. Like a cold winter's evening by the fire with a blanket and a good book. Well, of course. I had to stitch it. I don't have to unfold it. It's on a blue 18 count. I'm stitching with one thread for a change in the color 311, and this is how far I am. It's not as bright as it's showing up. It's more like this, I believe. So the sole. Yeah. I have 2 left and a new start in here. It's a box by Leonard. I already stitched the fox. Where is it? Maybe you can see it if I tilt you upwards. Whoop, there it is. The fox. And this is the owl. I did sub out the fabric for 20 count Ada because you can put it in a regular frame. And I only have done a teeny tiny bit and mostly light colors. So this is my start. Not much. Just a teeny tiny start. Yeah. It will be really pretty. And it's just this part up here. Yeah. Hopefully more to show you next year. Then I have 2 things left in my basket. Another one in this bag. It's in the hoop because I'm still working on it. This actually is a model stitch I'm doing for Iris and Need a Lot Designs. Previously I have done 2 other model stitches for her, and I love her projects. The colors are perfect. They just blend so well, and I really love all her animal patterns. And this time it's a chameleon, and this is what it will look like one day. And this is how far I am working on it. Oh, I love it. It will be so bright, and of course there will be a lot more purple and leaves, and oh, it's on a 32 count Murano. Yeah. It's not for sale yet, but when the model stitch is done, I know she usually puts them up for sale pretty fast. So yeah, I love this one. I want to keep that out. That were all my whips for 2025, and I have one project left to show you. It's not the one that I was expecting to show you, because I was planning on doing a new year, new start, and I just didn't get to kitting it. It's this one. I didn't start it yet. It will be a start someday, soon. I don't know. But the pattern I did start was, oh, I'm losing threads over here. It's this one. It's Snow Day by Barbara Anna Designs. And for the first time in years, we had real snow. It's in this cutie. Oh, it's also a new project bag because it's the glittery vinyl. And I had kitted this, I believe, 3 years ago. probably. And I dyed this fabric, and I wanted to start it when it was snowing. And we didn't get snow for years. Well, not the real snow. And we got it this year. So I will put some pictures at the end, just a couple. And I don't have a big start, but the start of the scissors. The pattern told me it should be brown. I'm making it black because to me on the picture it looks like black. I will change up some colors and I believe the white will show up. It's much darker than this. Let's see if we can get the right color. Maybe with some white next to it. Nah, still darker. It's a really fun fabric. It's what I had left over of a hate one day. It's still over here. And I just dyed the fabric. And I still have enough for another project one day. It's so fun. So, snow day. We'll probably only stitch on it in winter. Not only when it snows, because then it won't be even done in 20 years. So that's all. I feel yeah, scattered and tired, and my hair is doing weird stuff. So I was planning on also showing my finishes. I did show the bee and the ladybug. I'm not showing my finishes. They are in my regular floss tubes. So yeah. I think it's time to clean up over here. I have a massive pile next to me, and yeah, now it's time to edit. I have no idea how long editing will take me, and I have no idea when I will be back. Probably next month, February, or when I feel like I have enough to show. Yeah. Starting a floss tube is hard. Ending one is even harder because I have no idea how to end this. So thank you all for watching and taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or whatever, you can put it in the comments below. I will try to answer, but I can't promise anything. Yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.